Hello, Vanessa. Welcome to
Hello.
today's podcast.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
Thank you, too. It will be a big pleasure and honor to speak to you about how art integrates into your projects at UNICA. But before we start, I would like to make a small introduction about you and your company, and then we will start our conversation.
Thank you very much.
Vanessa Stella is the founder and CEO of UNICA, an Italian brand devoted to the art of furnishing. The company places exceptional craftsmanship at the heart of its creations, specializing in the artistic processing of glass, precious metals, and semi-precious stones. Inspired by nature, each UNICA piece is designed as a true work of art, enhancing and elevating its surroundings. UNICA seamlessly blends artisanal mastery with the vision of internationally renowned designers, resulting in unique, one-of-a-kind creations. Its collections can be found across the globe, from New York to Paris, Venice to St. Petersburg, and Beijing to Tokyo. Committed to sustainability, UNICA carefully selects materials such as glass, wood, stainless steel, natural stones, Swarovski crystals, and precious metals. Each design is driven by emotion, capturing the excitement of seeing, experiencing, and touching finely crafted artisanal objects. Sorry. So, Vanessa, I would really like to hear more about UNICA and this unique way of creating your furniture using natural materials.
Sure. Everything started inside my company, my family business. As an interior designer, I thought that we have to overcome the minimalism and to introduce the art together with the design. Because design is basically an industrialization of a piece of furniture. So we can produce in many pieces. So that way you lose personalization, you lose emotion, you lose the color of the piece. The color, I mean the emotional color. So I thought that if I activate a collaboration with artists that I'm not, I can introduce art into design and I can produce art design products. That for me is very important because every environment must be unique. And so that way you can live the space in a completely different way. If you are at home, if you are at a restaurant, if you are in a hotel, wherever you are, you can feel at your ease. You can feel the energy. You can feel the welcome of the space thanks to the contribution of the art itself. Art is very important for the human being. Moreover, beauty is very important for human being because I see art not like last century, but at the beginning of the history of art, when art means real beauty. Okay, so be surrounded by beauty increase our health, and that is very important. Also, the stress, our lives are very difficult. We all are running up and down in our lives, and it's very important to find places that let you to cool down, to relax yourself, and to inspire yourself, so you can activate a more efficient communication with your partners or with the people that you are working with. That is, for me, is very, very important because it's not only to celebrate the architect or the artist, it's to celebrate the human being, because the human being is a real protagonist of everything. We produce furniture for human beings,
Yes.
for their health, for their well-being, and for me it's a mission that is very important. So I founded Unica to add something to the market that doesn't exist. I mean, maybe something similar exists in the world because nobody invented nothing unique, really unique. But I noticed that it's very difficult for me as interior designer find the right object, the right furniture for the environment that I want to create. So the only option for me was I created themselves by myself.
And when you, okay, every piece is one of a kind,
Yeah, sure.
correct? So, how do you, I mean, you have the functional part of the furniture, and you have also the artistic part of it. You have the artists who are contributing to the design of the furniture, but also it has to have a functional element. How do you combine these two disciplines?
Oh, that is very simple and very easy because we have to start with the functionality of the piece of furniture. Because if we are talking about a table needs to be useful, to gather people around, like, the fireplace in ancient times, in ancestral times, and to do something, eating, talking, or, meetings, wherever.
Yes.
It must be stable, it must be comfortable, it must have the right height, the right chairs, everything. And then we add colors. We add the gesture of an artist. And of course, with Unica product, we choose the glass because through the transparency of the glass sheet, we can create effect around the walls also. Because if you adjust the light and you changing the light of the environment, you can change the shades.
Yep.
The
Yeah.
shades.
Yes.
And the shades in the wall create other work of art, dynamic work of art, because you change the position of the lights, you put on the table, and you project all the design, all the graphic that are into the table. And that is possible only if you use a glass that is transparent. Of course, using the glass sheet that is transparent, you see also the structure of the table. And that is a real problem, because you need stability, you need functionality, and you cannot hide anything. So that's why Unica is unique. So we study a piece of furniture, table, for example, tables. We are specialized in tables that you can see every part of it as a work of art itself. So also
Yes.
the basement becomes a sculpture. We use the stainless steel, so it's very solid. Stainless steel could be painted, could be, treated, and could be also cut with a laser. So we can also create artistic cut in the basement. So with the light play a very important role in the space.
So it's as if the furniture takes a different form, a different appearance according to the time of the day and the light. So it's, to me, when you were talking about it, it's like in nature, because you use all these natural materials, like in nature, at the different times of the day, you have different images and different moods.
Exactly, different color, different shape. It's like an installation, but it's very functional and also can be representative of your character or your company, or it depends who uses this table for. Okay, so
So I would like to
personalized.
ask you, Vanessa, do you, when you want to create a work for a client, do you make works on commission? So do you have a conversation with the client based on their needs, or is it, what you have already, it's only existing works that you have for sale?
Okay, that is very important to talk with the client because I need to reach his goal because that is his space, their space, not my space. So
Yeah.
of course you can use me as a tool to reach your goal. So it's very important to communicate, to talk, to know the commitment, and to understand exactly which is his goal, and we can, realize that goal through a complete custom-made product. Not only table, not only a bedboard that are the mainly product that we promote in the website, but also the complete space, because we can custom made also other piece of furniture in wood. We have collaboration with the other suppliers that can realize upon our design, because it's very important that everything talks the same language.
Yeah. So, for example, if you work, I assume you also have, you work with private clients, but also corporations or even hotels.
Yes, hotels, restaurant, and the shops are our favorite customers.
So this, when these spaces, make their design, they work with interior designers. You are an interior designer, but you work for Unica. So are there cases where you collaborate with the interior designer of the whole project, for example?
That is very important. For me, the future is working in team. So, of course, an interior designer can work with me for the client, for the good of the client. So, we have to reach that goal together, and together is better because I can put my expertise, my vision, and he can put his expertise in the field, and also maybe he knows better the client, he has the project in his hands. So of course maybe he has his idea, maybe he wants to that I realize a sketch that he had in his mind. Why not? I'm
Yes.
very open to all kind of collaboration with artists, designer, architects. I'm very pleased because it's very nice to put all the strength together for the good of the universe, because these products will be part of our planet Earth, will
Yes.
be part of our environment.
Yes, and it makes sense. It makes sense because uh, an interior design agency, for example, or an architect who is making a whole project at a bigger scale, will need to collaborate with other specialities like Unica, or for example with artists for artworks, or with sculptors for sculptures, and different people in order to create what they have in their vision, and together we can all contribute to make something very special.
A masterpiece.
Yes, a masterpiece. I've seen it from the pictures of your website, and indeed, what you're creating are masterpieces.
Thank you very
Uh, Very, very impressive works. So, what do you think that your clients, when they acquire a piece of Unica, do they feel that they acquire a piece of furniture or a piece of art?
Yes, I hope not the first. I don't want that they think they bought a piece of furniture. I think they bought something that have a soul that can interact with them like you interact with a piece of art.
Yes. That's what I think also, because the whole philosophy of creating your furniture is based on art. So, okay, I would like to. Okay, you begin to work with a client. So, what are the main stages from the from the initial idea until the final piece? You meet with your client, they tell you what they need. Can you tell me a little bit about this process?
Sure, of course, we have to define the space, what there's around the piece, and the dimension that they required, everything, about the space around. Then we started doing some sketches because, of course, I'm not working alone, but I work with also artists and also graphics. So we do some sketch and we talk to the client about what he feels about the sketches, and upon their approval of the sketch, one of the sketch, we start the production.
So when we say the production, I mean, do you need? I would assume you need really specialized machinery to do such unique pieces where there's very vulnerable material also, like maybe gold leaf or Swarovski, or so there must be some very special machines that you use in order to create your furniture.
Sure, the special machine are the hands of the artisan. So we went back to the past to get the excellence of the handicraft of Italian knowledge. We are the excellence of many fields, such as the paper, like to create a mask in Venice, and we had a table with that. Working the glass, of course, Murano, and yeah, I don't have to talk about that. And in my area, because Unica is based on Bologna, so we belong to the district of the working with the metal, and of course we use the traditional machine working the metal, and the machine for creating 3D cuts also. So this is also advanced machines. But to create what for me is more important, that is the emotional part, the artistic part, you need the hands of the person that is doing. And
Yes.
the glass is not so fragile. The glass is very resistant, and if we are talking about a tempered glass, it's not really easy to scratch, but it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous. And if I think about Murano, for example, and all those, all that history and tradition of Murano, but also, as you say, 100% Italian, uh, putting all this artisanal and expertise in the furniture, I'm sure it's something you cannot easily find elsewhere. So, And you find your furniture in different parts of the world. Where do you usually do you have your own shops?
We have a showroom in Milan, in Navigli. It's called Show Hub. We have also another showroom in Firenze. And we have, of course, our company in Bologna.
And you export throughout the world.
Yeah, exactly.
So, to finish our conversation, looking ahead, how do you see UNICA continuing to blur the line between art and furniture?
I really hope that it increases day by day, and that as much as people can be sensibilized that on the importance of being surrounded by beauty. That for me is really important. It could be unica, it could be simply putting color in a right way or putting things in harmony, but people need beauty, need happiness, and need to live an healthy life. I hope that Unica can give the contribution of that very important goal.
That's very inspiring, and thank you very much, Vanessa, for this very interesting conversation.